What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as SolidFan85. Bit of a serious mode. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit with some stuff going on. First and foremost, there have been two serious shootings here in the U.S. in the last 24 hours as of this recording, including El Paso, a city in my own state of Texas. I'm not going to get into the specifics on what may or may not have caused it. There is some definitive answers to what drove the shooter, but I'm not going to get into that here. My thoughts and prayers, while they may do very little for the people that are suffering because of their losses or their injured family members in the past 24 to 48 hours of events across the country, are with those folks. As an American, I can say that I will be doing everything I can within my power to help stuff like this not to happen again. And what I can do within my power is, as a content creator here on YouTube that spends a vast amount of time playing video games, is that I can help to debunk what I thought I would never see again that is currently happening. And that is politicians claiming that video game violence is responsible for what has happened. If not in part, wholly so. Okay, the reason I speak on this is because I grew up with this. When console games and arcade games were still growing, they were not a part of the cultural narrative yet. They were not a part of everyday life. From 1985 on, the year I was born, 85, throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, video games were wholly claimed for every little thing wrong with our society. You had notable games that got blamed to Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto, fighting games, anything that didn't fit into certain people's narratives of something that wasn't wholesome got blamed. And now, as is the way nowadays, the past is starting to repeat itself. Now we're seeing the same thing. Next thing you know, D&D will be seen on a national narrative as the work of Satan. Look, this has all been done before. They could never prove anything. There are no studies whatsoever that directly link video game violence to violence within our own culture, including mass shootings. For example, think about it. A lot of people that played Mario Kart growing up, does that give you the impulse to go out, get in a car, and just start ramming people? Or maybe pick up a turtle shell, rip off the turtle's head, get in the car, get behind somebody and throw the shell at somebody's bumper? No. And if it does, there might be some sort of mental thing going on there. Maybe you think it's going to be fun. But even if so, that would be a very, very, very rare one-off case. Because somebody got the idea. But as a whole, as somebody that has been playing video games for I started back in 88. I've been playing for a while. There are people that have been playing longer than I have. I have never felt the need to go out and commit an act of violence. I have never felt the need to do anything that would wrong society in any way. Now, again, that's speaking for myself. But on the whole, again, I really can't believe I'm repeating this because I thought this was long dead. Although it might have just been festering underneath the cultural sheets or whatever. But video game violence does not contribute to cultural violence. Now, I will admit that it may not exactly help, but video games, even though I'm a bit biased, are a way for people to escape for a bit, to leave real life behind and save a planet, fight with friends, race a friend, solve puzzles, get your mental faculties, keep them sharp. And there's also there's another narrative here that actually holds a lot more water, and that is mental illness. I mean, look, you cannot deny that mental difficulties, if you're diagnosed with something or if you're not, are real. And if somebody that has not gotten help is set off, then shit can get real. And it's crazy to think about that there are people in this country that can't get the help they need. And that is very real. That is a very real statistic. I say that as somebody that struggles to get help from time to time with being able to get access because of finances. But with that said, it's not entirely impossible. You can check yourself in. You can talk to somebody. And there are ways to get help. So that is one narrative that is going on with this violence. But video game violence, no. There's no way. And again, even if somebody was influenced by it, it's a very, very rare one-off. But just to simply claim that video games has caused so much death and mayhem is grasping at freaking straws, man. I mean, there are ways to fix this problem. Not wholly. You're still going to have ways that people will get weapons and commit atrocities, but there are ways to drastically, monumentally reduce these incidents. But action has to be taken. And there are ideas being introduced all the time on how to fix this. The only thing we need to do is act on it as a nation. And that's just my opinion. But anyway, I wanted to sound off on this because this hit home. Twitter has been a flurry with it. There have been a lot of streamers and content creators that have spoken out on this. I've said something on Twitter. I posted something in Discord. I put something here on YouTube, and now there's a video, a serious mode about it. So to end this, let me just say this. To recap, video game violence does not contribute to cultural violence in any significant way. Number two, mental help may help some of the situation, among other things. So, if you have a problem, get help. Talk to somebody. You're not alone in this. You don't have to be alone. So with that, for now, I'll say salute. And remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. Thanks for watching. And again, my thoughts and prayers, and bless all the people that are involved in these tragedies that have happened in the last couple of days and any that have happened before. I'm always thinking about these people when I see this stuff in the news, and it's a serious blow that we have to go through this so often. It's a serious, serious blow that we have to go through this and see these people suffer. Just normal, everyday people going about their lives, going to a movie theater, going to school, going to a bar, and yet it happens. Anyway, I'll see you.